2, 1. I am John Miglosh with the Wisconsin DMA and the International Society for Strategic Marketing. Well, we got some interesting news today. And we'll start with, I thought this was really, thought-provoking anyway. Philip Morris, the perennial tobacco king, I guess you'd say. When I was a kid, there was this commercial, call for Philip Morris, like that. And it was like a telegram, or it was like a bellman, which is maybe where the bellman term came from. Anyway, what they're doing is they're offering life insurance. They've started a life insurance company called Reviti, and they're selling in the UK a tobacco-based life insurance product. And they're basically saying that people who've kicked the habit for e-cigarettes or a heated tobacco device will be rewarded with improved rates, chalking in an average of 2.5% off premiums. I went to a retirement planning seminar. I counted as a date. That was the way they got me there for my wife. And there were 5 tests for retirement, and or 5 problems to overcome. One was inflation. Another one. There was a whole bunch of them. And but one of the challenges was longevity, and they talked about how long you're going to live. And I thought, if you could solve longevity, you would really take care of all the rest of them. I'm alive now, and I can afford it. But if I live to 100, I probably can't. So I said to my wife, "Well, I got this down. Instead of saving and investing, we should just take up smoking and drink more." And that's what we're going to talk about today. Smoking and drinking. Okay, so anyway, I just thought it was an interesting pivot that the Marlboro owners' effort to be a smoke-free business would include a life insurance product. Now, my question is, will they insure non-smokers? Will they insure smokers? I guess they will. And, will they insure anybody? But if you quit smoking, they give you an advantage. Is that the thing? Would they give them an advantage over non-smokers? I don't know. It doesn't say. But I just thought it was an interesting pivot. Okay. So now let's go talk about beer. And it turns out that the beer market is challenging. Okay. And I don't know where this ad came from, but this isn't their latest ad. It says the lager market is struggling. People are drinking less, but when they do drink, it's premium. Now, for me, premium was like Pabst Blue Ribbon. I drink Mountain Crest, which is the cheapest beer in the grocery store. And I think it has a premium body with a fullness and an overtone of aluminum. I shouldn't laugh at my own jokes. But anyway, so craft is drawing more people to complex tastes, but I don't, I was at this seminar last night. The guy was talking about how he was buying a craft beer. They sell craft beer at Miller Park, which I think is hilarious. But anyway, and it's $12 for a little shot or something of it. That's not the place to sample beer, okay? But they have you, they got you coming and going. So anyway, complex taste, the pubs are closing down. Ultimately, the standard lager is bearing the brunt of the beer category, okay? Now, I don't know how serious that is. A quarter of the pubs have closed since 2000. Well, that's kind of capitalism at its core. But the guy from Carlson, the vice president of marketing, says, I see brands like Carlson, Carling, and Carlsberg. I see them in an old man's pub. As an old man, I don't go to the pub much, so I'm with them. I've never really gone to pubs. I played piano in bars when I was 17, but, I guess the bloom was off the rose pretty early in my life. Anyway, so what do we do? Well, Foster's is bringing back, they're investing in marketing. There's an idea. Investing in marketing. Carlson is admitting it was probably not the best beer in the world. It had this slogan for like 40 years. Probably the best beer in the world. Now, I like the probably on the front because as a statistician philosopher, who tastes all the beers in the world? Does that count the Philistine beer from before the time of Christ or back to the time of Joshua? They found in archaeology strainers for the barley on the lip of the mugs. They'd leave the barley in the beer, so we know they had beer down there. Okay, so Carlsberg is admitting it's not the best beer in the world. Foster's is bringing back Brad and Dan after a 4-year hiatus. So they asked Foster's, well, why are you bringing them? Why did you kill Brad and Dan in the first place? This is the funny part. The brand needed to evolve. The world has moved on from lads telling jokes on a Saturday and high volume consumption. Beer is now drunk by women and men together. Imagine that. So what's changed? Things have only gotten worse. Okay, consumers are fed up with being told who they are and what they need to do by brands instead of making us look. Instead, many are looking for fun. There you go. Have fun, have a beer. What could be better than that? You know what? There's not that much to beer. Anyway, so Mark Ritson, who I'm a huge fan of, did an article about Carlson. I don't know. I read this book about Alan Carlson called The 100-Year-Old Man, and I keep getting Carlson in with Carlsberg. Anyway, it's a great book if you want some distraction. The 100-Year-Old Man. You can find it on audiobooks. Okay, will Carlsberg's brave new strategy? Well, here's one that probably not the best beer in the world. So it's a about face. They're admitting it, which is probably okay. I don't think Mountain Crest is probably the best beer in the world, but it's a good value. Okay, so, but this isn't how they did it. Carlsberg beer started picking up tweets about their beer and promoting them. They would write to the people, say, you mind if we promote this tweet you sent? Okay, so we'll go over here and we'll go get the brewery. Let's go over here.
We can't say that, can we?
That's nasty.
Oh, great.
Carlsberg tastes like the rancid of Satan.
I don't know what to say to that.
Carlsberg tastes like naan bread.
Carlsberg tastes like a bitter divorce.
Oh my word.
Okay, so that was their employees out in the yard and in the office reading the Carlsberg tweets about Carlsberg taste. Okay, we'll do another one because I'm not sure that one worked very well. These are the employees reading the tweets.
There's no way I'm saying that.
That is disgusting.
Carlsberg tastes like a puddle of fetid camel's.
Oh my god. Carlsberg tastes like a urinal cube that has been in the trough for a week.
What's a urinal cube? The little blue things.
It's like drinking the bath water your nan died in.
So I was thinking I'm maybe ready to try Carlsberg just because, I'm a marketing guy. I want to see what's going on. Then I listened to this wonderful young lady who's talking about how they retuned it. I'll just pick it up where I couldn't take it anymore.
And to build on top of that, we put a beautiful layer of hops that gives you a really nice citrus and floral, refreshing top notes on the aroma and gives you a really beautiful hoppy, moreish aftertaste.
No, not hoppy, not a beautiful layer of floral and citrus notes. That's where you lost me. That the old men in the pub just said, no, we're going to go with some Miller genuine draft or something that we can handle that won't turn into a potted plant in our hands. Anyway, so I hope you enjoyed this look at crazy marketing, and we should have gotten back. We'll give Mark a little bit of a go. He said that you got this part. The tactic attracted a lot of social media attention, and Carlsberg and its outdated claims of superiority became increasingly unlikely and the beers steadily less popular. They could have just gone for new and improved, but instead they said probably not the best beer. And he really liked it. And, he's pretty critical of a lot of stuff. Of course, the new beer might be Old Bath Piss Bad too, in which case the campaign will merely speed the decline of Carlsberg. But let's assume for one golden optimistic moment that Carlsberg really has made a better beer. It might also have a great bit of marketing on its brands too. Probably the best new ad campaign of the year, I'd say. So, and one of the things I liked about it, he says, Carlsberg is brave because it's risked everything and gone large on this campaign. Making fun of yourself, then using a platform to revitalize your brand is a hugely risky move. It has to be bold and risky to have a chance of working. He says, all of the campaigns I've looked at, if you don't do something a little bold and brave, bravery does not guarantee success, but without it, you might as well go home. And I like that. Okay? I'm John Miglash.